Hey guys, Joy Foster, Future Prospects. We're gonna do something a little bit different, guys. I'm here in Orangeville, Ontario to tell you and share a story with you on a young yoga instructor who is 13 years old. Her name is Hayla Howat, the youngest in Ontario here at Go Yoga. We're gonna go in and meet her. Come on in. Hello, Hayla. How are you, sweetheart?
Good. How are you?
Oh, yes. I finally made it here. Finally. So we're here, guys, at Go Yoga with Hayla. And Hayla, you're going to be showing us what you do here at Go Yoga because you're a yoga instructor, the youngest in Ontario, by the way. And you're going to walk us through and tell us everything that you do and Go Yoga, educate us on that stuff. All right, honey?
All right.
All right. So what is this? This is the entrance part of it?
Yes. So
right,
if you want, we can come back here.
Okay. All right. All right. Great stuff. I love these. These are barn doors, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So come on back here. This is the
sweetheart.
studio area.
Oh my God, I love this, Hayla.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So the floors are warm. Is there heat under here?
Yep. There's heaters underneath.
So this is the studio, Hayla.
Yeah. So here's where it all happens. Then exhale. Place your right hand on the mat. So I was first introduced to yoga when I used to be a competitive dancer and I did competitive dance for 8 years.
Okay.
And yoga being so good for your muscles, my mom used to come and so she said, well, why don't I take you to yoga class? And I said, okay. So she took me to the class and as soon as I just loved it so much. I was like, I want to do this for the rest of my life.
What do you love about it? And what age did you start?
7.
7 years old?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So yoga kind of gives me a place to just be myself and just relax and let go. It's like my second home here. So I love the people here. I love everything about it. It's just so great.
So now, telling the viewers now, you came because you were a competitive dancer. Your mother suggested for you to come and try it out. You fell in love with it.
Yeah.
But now, how did it help you in your story?
So when it really helped me the most, I was being bullied really badly at school. And when I came here, it was just a chance for me to forget it all.
Right.
Like I didn't have to worry about what kids were doing behind my back or what they were sending messages, like sending
Through social media?
Yes, what they were doing to me, posting about me on social media. I didn't have to worry about that here. I could just forget it, just come see the people I love here. Back to center. And then exhale, place your other hand down on the mat. Somebody described it to me as like there's a light in my eyes and somebody turned it off, is how I can't remember who said it
That's
to
okay.
me, but yeah.
Right.
So when I told everyone finally I was being bullied and that's why I'd been like upset, everyone kind of put their thought in and helped me, but like especially Taylor.
She took you under her wing? Wow.
Like just like.
How do you think of Taylor now?
Like my big sister.
Yes.
Yeah. And come back to neutral. So when I was 12, I started my yoga teacher training and my mom had asked Taylor and Shelly at first if they thought I'd be able to do it. And at first they were like, well, it's like quite hard, like you have to learn and take a big exam. And
what was the big exam?
So everything you learn, you learn like adjustments, cueing, all like how to teach basically, and then you have to do an exam on it. So everything that you've learned It's like a high school exam.
Right. So was it written or was it physical? Do you have to?
Written.
Written. Okay.
So you write it out. And
Okay.
Yeah, we wrote it out in that room.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then from there?
So from there, finally they just said, like, you know what, she can do it.
She can do it.
Like, she can try.
How did you feel when you were told
I was so beyond happy. Like, I had, at the time, my mom told me that I was going to be able to do my teacher training. I was very confident in myself. I was so ready for this. And then slowly in the middle of my teacher training, my confidence unfortunately started to go. So by the time the teacher training was like the middle, I had no confidence at all anymore. Just like being bullied like that is like, for a while I just kept it in. I was like, at first it didn't bother me, and when people would ask me like, Hayla, like, that was so mean what that person just said to you, are you okay? And you just say yeah. But then after a while it's not okay anymore, and you start to loot like, well, maybe it is true, maybe I am what they're saying, and you start to lose faith in yourself.
Because you revisit it, it comes up and creeps up into your spirit, into your thinking. So it's like it's branded in a way in you, temporarily, because you can remove it.
Yeah.
Right?
So it was like, I was really good at first at keeping my school life away from here.
Right.
But then social media got into it, so texting and that drama, it almost like came with me here. And then it was like not at school anymore, also at home, also here.
On the phone. On the phone. What would you like if you could change social media? Because there is good and bad to everything. Well, not in yoga, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful thing. But with the social media, what would you like to see with it? What would you like to do? What would you like to implement?
I think there's people who hate on other people for no reason. And I think there's a lot of creepy people out there.
Yes.
So I think social media was meant to be positive. It should be positive. It's a way for people to express themselves and share what they have going on. I don't like the fact that it's like, oh, people seem so perfect, but it's only what they want you to see.
That's right.
So, but it's a way for people to share their thoughts and their opinions and their tastes and everything.
Yes.
And I like that aspect of it. I think sharing things with the world, like, that's what I want to do. And if social media is helping other people do that, that's great.
Wow. Oh my God. You'd have to help me get off the floor, sweetheart. All right. So this is what room?
The meditation room.
Okay.
And also if we have hot classes in here, because the room's small, so if you look at our schedule, we have like a regular vinyasa class,
right,
and that would be in this room, or we'd have a warm vinyasa class, and that'd be here.
So now educate me on us, just not just myself, the chairs, these unique chairs.
So they're made for meditation.
All right.
They're not really made for anything else, but
okay.
So again, with the bolsters, so you'd sit in the chair like this, and then some people like blankets to put on them because your body temperature drops when you're sitting or like laying for a long time.
Wow. Okay.
Or especially after practicing, it's like cooling down.
So, okay, back up for a second. So you would do the yoga and then you'll come in here?
Well, no. So we have our separate meditation classes. Usually they're after
Gotcha.
a class.
Okay.
So we'd have like a gentle flow, which is like gentle vinyasa.
Okay.
And then about 10 minutes after, 15 minutes, there's meditation for those who want to. But at the end of every class, we do like a small meditation where you lay down on your mat.
Okay.
We call it Shavasana, or
How's that?
Shavasana,
Beautiful.
or
Okay.
corpse pose
Okay.
in English. And you just lay and you close your eyes and just relax.
Cool.
Yeah.
My God, that's needed for a lot of students who go to university and they got exams or school just in general, life in general.
Yeah, so it's all about being comfortable. So sometimes when you think meditation, people often think like, sitting like this.
Yes.
But if you're not comfortable like that, the meditation's not serving its purpose. So this is comfortable for me, sitting just like this. And meditation is quieting your mind.
Right.
But it's not about like
positions.
So if you're itchy, you're not supposed to like itch it and then continue. It's not about like ignoring or kind of like that.
Okay.
But so it's all about quieting your thoughts and not like, which is extremely hard.
Right.
People think meditation's like.
I didn't want to get up, honey. 1, 2. Told you. I told you. You should have get this on camera. Did you get that on camera?
I got this.
Please. I'm glad you did. No, because I'm sorry. That was good. That was good. Honest to God, I didn't want to get up.
So meditation, I think, is very important, even if it's hard. We all are like, everybody worries. Everybody's always got something on their
And high
mind, no
stress
matter what.
today.
Yeah.
Because everybody's competing. Everybody's comparing themselves. Everybody's got to be ahead of everybody else. Right.
Like this day and age, there's also like social media puts something on it, and I think it'd be great for everybody just to sit down and just let it all go, because that's what helped me.
Right.
And I think if it helped me, it can help anybody else.
Right. So now that you've shared things that are deep on your heart, my love, with us about social media and stuff, can you share with me, Hayla, on some poses and with yoga that you're so good with?
Sure.
Teach, by the way. All right. Ouch. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Okay, so usually when you start a yoga class, you'd start laying down or sitting, but today we'll start standing.
Thank God. Okay. Okay.
So you can stand about like hip width distance apart and have your toes facing parallel, if that's available for you. And then what I'll do is I'll take you through a sun salutation. So try your best. I'll give you some options. If you can't do something, there's also an alternative.
All right.
It's like, well, make sure you can do it.
All right. Hear that? Make sure. Oh,
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So this sequence is called a sun salutation. It's one of the most common
Okay.
yoga sequences. It's all like the most basic vinyasa poses.
All right.
So it's also connected with your breath. So you want to make sure you're always breathing.
All right.
So I want you to inhale and bring your arms up over your head. And then exhale, fold forward. Then inhale, bring your hands to your shins. Have a flat back. And then exhale, you can bend in your knees and place your hands on the ground. And then you can step back to a tall plank, or you can go on your knees.
Okay, you know something, sweet? I love you, but that ain't gonna happen right now. Yeah,
Okay.
because that's pretty hard for me. We'll be right back after this. I love this girl, but I'll be right back. Welcome back to Future Prospects. Wasn't that amazing? You've seen how Hayla Howat is a yoga instructor, passionate about what she does. But now she's in the studio with her friend, Taylor. So welcome, Hayla. Welcome, Taylor Copeland. Welcome, hon. Welcome. You happy to be here?
Yeah.
Awesome, hon. Awesome. Now, watching that first segment, when we came down to Orangeville, Rod and myself, and we did that filming, looking at it and listening to you talk, you sound so professional. Like you were educating me, like she was, Taylor. Like she was walking me through it, answering questions back and forth, but just asking. Now, they know who you are, the viewers, by watching it, your story, all right, hon? But just asking Taylor now that she's grazing, how did you both meet? Okay?
Well, so I first came to Go Yoga to do my first yoga class when I was 7 years old.
Right, hon.
Because my mom thought it would be a good idea for me to come to yoga because I used to be a competitive dancer.
Okay.
And so the first ever class I went to, Taylor was teaching it. So that's kind of how we met. And
Right. And that was
Yeah.
it. Okay. All right. And so you met, you just started to meet from that way, okay? You just met together.
Yep, through
All
yoga.
right. Awesome. Huh?
Yep.
Now, there's a little bit more behind the story. So you met each other through yoga, but how did it lead into your story, which I want you to share with the viewers?
So when I used to come, like when I was little, when I used to start coming to yoga, I would only come to Taylor's classes.
Right.
And then,
She was like your big sister, right?
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
All right. So how did that develop in helping you? I want you to share the viewers because we shared a little bit on segment 1, but your relationship with.
Okay, so when I was getting bullied really bad,
Yes, honey.
Taylor was always there.
Wow.
Like if I needed anything else,
All right.
Taylor's there, and yeah.
Yes. So you'd confide in her? You would talk with her. Now, would you do it at the beginning of the class or during the class or after the class or?
Well, I used to spend a lot of time there.
Yes.
Just when I was doing my yoga teacher training, I used to just come and sit in there.
Okay.
Just-
So through the training, you were mentoring her back and forth too at the same time?
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right. Okay. So how did you mentor her through something so hard like bullying? Dealing with it, just being able to trust somebody, if you know what I'm trying to say, to kind of let your heart open. How is it that you would be able to open up that door, Taylor? And I commend you for that, really. I really do.
Well, when I first met Hayla,
Yes.
I remember the first few yoga classes that she came to. She was this little girl in a yoga class, and it was quite funny, but she was so mature, and she brought an element of fun to the class. So sometimes I would ask, any requests for class today? And
How was that like? You're looking back now, how was that like when she'd ask you?
Oh, and I would always say headstands.
yeah,
Headstands?
Yeah, and all the other people in the class would look at me and be like, no.
yeah. So whenever Hayla showed up to class, everybody knew what they were in for.
Oh my God, okay, there she is over there, all right. Okay, and it led from there, go ahead.
Well, so I had known Hayla to be this kind of fun, energetic girl.
Right.
And then there was a period of time where I asked her maybe what was happening. I knew that there was something up because her spark had dimmed a little.
How could you tell? Body language?
Yeah, I don't know exactly how to describe it,
Okay.
but I had noticed that there was something off. Maybe it was body language, a combination of that, maybe seeming a little bit more shy. Anyway, so I decided to ask her if everything was okay.
Okay. Now, do you have sisters?
I have an older sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, did that help by just seeing that just seeing it how she was when she came into class, that she wasn't so open, she was quiet maybe and closed a little bit, or?
Yeah, it could be partially, I guess, my sister.
Okay.
But I mean, at a yoga studio, it's a place where people are allowed to be vulnerable.
Right.
So you see changes and shifts in people all the time.
Absolutely. Okay.
Which is great.
Sure, it is. Sure.
But I was comfortable enough with Hayla to ask her,
Okay.
what's going on. And I wanted her to know that if she was nervous about something, and even if she was too nervous to talk to her mom about it, that she has somebody that she can come to anytime.
Awesome. How did you feel, hon, when Taylor opened up the door and let you know it's okay to talk to me? How did you feel?
It really meant a lot because at the school I was going to,
Yes.
trying to express my feelings about like being bullied, they were very they didn't want to hear about it at all.
Was that the teachers?
Yeah,
And how did that make you feel going to school?
really upset. And so when Taylor kind of told me that it was okay for me to talk to somebody, it was special.
It was good.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel in just opening up your door? Was it hard, or did you do it like this, or did you do it in little increments? Okay, I'll trust her with this piece, and then I'll move on to the next piece.
So when I was getting bullied, I held it in for a really long time.
Why?
Just because I felt like almost embarrassed in a way. Like, I don't want to put it on somebody else, or like, oh, I don't want to bother anybody with my issues. And I didn't want anyone to know what was happening to me.
Were you embarrassed in a way?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I kind of mentioned it to my mom like a couple times. And then I guess she started to see that I was really upset about it. And then we started talking to like the teachers and stuff at school, but they weren't doing much.
Wow.
So that it would continue to happen, and then I kept on holding it in.
Right.
So.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did you help her angel that came into her life, you know, that helped her? What did you do? What did Taylor do? Because I don't know. You're telling me. So how did it that Taylor helped you? What did you share with her that you helped her?
Well, for a while, like Taylor, like had to ask like if there's something wrong.
Right.
And then I think a couple days after that, I just finally like told her like everything that was happening.
All right. What was your response, Taylor? When you found out all those, because I know from talking with her mom, we didn't go into detail, but it was enough. If you don't want to share it, it was enough to just make you feel like, right?
Yeah. I think I just wanted to be somebody that would listen to her, so that she could kind of spill anything she wanted without any judgment.
Right.
I think that's important, and although we believe that yoga is a really great outlet for that, sometimes you do just need a shoulder to cry on. Yes. And seeing such a bright light start to dull, I didn't want it to get out of hand. So I figured if I could just be somebody for her to talk to, something as simple as that, then maybe her light would shine again.
I'm going to ask you something. It's going to be a tough question, but I'm going to go there. Because being a mentor myself, I listen to many, many stories. Many, many stories, heartbreaking stories, and we've covered quite a bit, and we continue to cover them because this is a platform to talk. Start the conversation, it's okay. But you, listening to it, how did you process it? Did you have to put yourself in her position to give? Sometimes you must answer yourself, okay, how do I give the right feedback? Because sometimes you want to kind of grab those little ones and, right? Let's be honest, because sometimes the angels aren't, right? Being honest. But all of a sudden, you've got to be, okay, how do I process this to give her back the right words? How did you do that?
Well,
did you get angry sometimes, Taylor? Like,
yeah, totally.
Right.
I wanted to defend her, of course.
Yes.
But I knew that Hayla is much bigger than that, and I know that I knew that she could do something beyond beyond that, and like she has done.
Yes, she has, which we're going to cover in the next segment.
She was able to turn that sort of sadness into positive energy, and she's transformed her life, and she's grown to be such a great girl. And she really does light up the room when she walks in.
She does.
Yeah.
She does. Do you hear that now? Oh my good God. Okay, we can bring tissues on anytime you want. Tears of joy. So how is it that you turn that light on, hon? Because young people looking at you right now, including me, because I walked that road myself. But.
So, when I was like getting bullied.
Yes, honey.
Like at first, it doesn't. Like I was really confident in myself, I guess, before.
Sure.
And I guess so. It's hard to like hear that kind of thing, and I used to just tell myself like, it's not true. Like, everything's okay, but then it doesn't hurt my feelings.
Right.
But then after a while, it does start to hurt your feelings. And then it just starts getting worse. Like, well, now, like, a whole bunch of people are telling me that, and they tell me the same thing every day.
Right.
So maybe it is true.
Yes.
So then you start to, like, spiral, I guess. But finally, when we started reaching out to the school and starting to, like, fight back and, like, make sure our voices were heard.
Right.
I just told myself, well, I'm at the bottom.
Okay. What do
Right
you mean
now?
when you say the bottom?
Like, things can't get worse from here.
Okay, pretty girl.
So I may as well turn this into something and make it
happen.
Yeah.
Were your parents mad when you went home and you told them? Like, how did your mom deal with it? Like, I know how I would deal with it. But
So my mom, I told her, like, oh, like what, like the other kids were saying to me, and she's like, oh, she did, because I just kind of, like, brought it up.
Right.
So randomly.
Wow.
And she's like, okay, well, I'm going to have a meeting with the principal, the teacher. She said, we're going to get this handled. And we ended up going and having this meeting, and the vice principal told me that I was lying and that I there's no way it was happening. And so that was kind of like a shocker.
Yes.
Because it was like, why would you lie about something like that?
That's right.
So we kind of, I stopped going to school for a while. We had my teacher send home the work. But then the police found, like, my number and my social media. So then I was at home, and then they were treating me like garbage at home too now. So yeah, it was like you couldn't get away from it.
Well, we're going to talk about how you overcame it in our next segment. You are a sweetheart. Yes, you are, honey. And you too, pretty girl. All right? All right. We'll be right back, guys. Keep watching. Welcome back to Future Prospects with Hayla and Taylor. As I said off camera and you and I were talking, you are one brave young lady.
Oh, thank you.
No, I'm telling you the truth, because Taylor, like, just listening to you, how you started to talk about something that was very traumatic to you, right? And you just opened up. So I want to continue on that, because you are literally a messenger to all the unheard voices out there, as well as mentors. There are many people out there. But now you were saying that it started off that they found you. How did they get your telephone number? Like, how in heaven did they do that?
I actually have no idea. I think I gave it to a friend, and I think they probably got it from her.
Right, hon.
But I don't know.
It just started from, just kept
Yeah.
going. Wow.
It was like my Instagram. They would make, like, other accounts. It's like I'd block their original account, and then they would make another one.
Holy cow. It's amazing how they can just keep going now, right? I'm going to come over to Taylor for a second, because she was a very strong voice for you through this all, as well as your family. And how yoga came all about, which we're going to talk about, right? Okay. Is that, just going to think for a second here, I want to get my wording right. Did you sometimes got angry in your own way? Because did you get angry in a way that you said, okay, is anybody going to understand me? Is anybody going to listen to me?
Yeah, I guess I felt really misunderstood. Well, more of at school, because like I had my mom, I had Taylor, and I had my dad. But then, like, I would start to feel like really lonely. Like, wow, I have like no friends, and there's no one like I could really be myself around, other than those people.
Right.
And I had a really hard time with that.
Yes.
And yeah.
Because even when you said on the filming that we did at Go Yoga, right? Is that you said you started to, even when you were doing the yoga, you're going for the certification, you started to rethink in a way that you were not good, because the words they said.
Yeah, I
Can
thought.
you share with that?
Yeah, I didn't think, for a while, I didn't think I was good enough.
But what got you through it? What got you through it? Was this lady here and
Definitely. I don't know how I got through it, really.
you're tough?
I just was like, I can't give up. I was like, there's no way I'm letting them win.
Yes.
There's
Now,
no way.
Why is it that young people, we're going to get back all those stretching, those things that you put me through in that studio, Go Yoga of yours, why is it now, because this show is all about really the journey that you came from to the new journey that you've created, Pretty Girl. Why is it important to speak up, even though the principal and many people around you didn't think that you should, or it was just, it's in your head, this is not happening? What made you to push forward?
It was the fact, like, I'm not really sure. I just thought, like,
Enough is enough.
yeah, we were kind of like fed up with it.
Yes.
Like, kind of like, how dare you say
That's
this? Like,
right. It's okay
I'm
to get mad on
lying.
my show. It's okay. Yes.
And so I think it's important that no matter what anybody says to you, it definitely to tell someone, but of authority. But like, I recommend not telling your friends,
Okay.
and I also recommend not telling someone in the school,
Wow.
like a parent or somebody outside,
Wow.
someone who will like fight with you, I guess.
Wow,
Because
okay.
if a kid is going through what I went through with the school,
Right.
and the teachers didn't have any support for us,
Wow.
I don't know if they would have any support for anybody else. So I think, yeah.
Awesome, honey. So well said, sweetheart. So well said. When you hear about the bullying issues, which is ongoing thing right now, you know, it really is. It's getting out of control, right? What was your thoughts on that when you listened to her story and?
Well, I'm really inspired by Hayla because
Yes.
somehow after being beaten down
Yes.
and then trying to speak up about it and getting knocked back down over and over again, somehow she created this tiny little bit of energy that she had left in her and turned it into something positive.
Right.
So now what she's doing is she's created a tween yoga series.
Okay, so let's introduce it now. All right. 1, 2, 3. What's it called?
Tween
yoga series.
Okay, now I want to hear some excitement here. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Tween yoga.
All right, attitude. I like it. That's a good way to do. Awesome. So who came up with the tween? I know why, but I'm just going to ask you both.
Hayla has been wanting to teach
Right.
since she's been certified.
Wow.
And
Word.
we weren't sure if the adult class would be the best for her right now to teach.
Okay,
So
all right.
then we thought, what better than her own people,
Holy
the
cow.
tweens.
Oh my gosh. So now, why did you start this program? Pretty girl, why?
Well, yoga gave me a place where I could come, and like the one place where I could be myself.
Yes.
And it really just, yoga just makes me feel some sort of like strength or something.
Okay, what way? I see the hands going here.
I don't know
Okay,
how to
what way?
describe it.
No, just talk. Just put yourself in the yoga studio right now, and you're in there, and you're doing your thing. How does it make you feel? I know how it made me feel, because I'm coming back. So how did it make you feel? You had a rough day, work at school, going through some stuff in yourself. How did it make you feel when you did your stuff within your arena?
Somehow it made me feel really good about myself.
What way? What did it open up for you? Look how the legs are crossing here. Oh, all right.
Well, when I come to yoga, It's just
Confidence?
yeah,
Okay.
definitely confidence. Yoga, doing my teacher training definitely helped gain some of my confidence back. And I think
Safe space?
yes, Go Yoga. There's something about it in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like indescribable, but it's so like special.
Okay. Now, how far do you want to take it? What is your message to those tweens out there that have anxiety or don't like who they are for some unnecessary reason at all, which is ridiculous? What is your message? What is it that you want to tell those young people out there?
I think everyone should be themselves because everyone else is already taken.
See that? Okay, look in that, where is it? Right here. Camera one, right guys? Look in that camera and tell them from Hayla Howat.
I think
Right
I think it's important to be yourself because everyone else is taken, and there's only one you.
Okay, why is there one Hayla? Why? Why is there one of you? Why are you so original and beautiful? What is it that you've got that's so original that you're sharing it with the world? Hayla?
Oh, I don't know.
Give me one thing. Come on, I know you can do some serious yoga.
She's modest.
She's modest? In what way? In what way? In what way?
In this way, she can't say anything nice about herself. Come on.
You got a beautiful smile. Yes, you do. Yes.
I guess what makes me is my personality.
Yes.
I guess.
It's bubbly.
Thank you.
It's bubbly. So now, when is the actual class going to be starting up? When is it?
February 5th.
February 5th?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's going to be, where you're going to put out your first class? Where? Where's it going to be at Go Yoga?
Yeah.
In Orangeville, which we'll put the information up. All right. Now, how does one get information about it? Is there a website?
Yep, we have a website for Go Yoga.
Okay.
We've got some flyers around. And some
Awesome. Yes.
Social media.
Social
Yeah.
media. All right.
Yeah, Go
Now,
Yoga.
What's the age group? Is it from grade 8, or are you going to go down a little younger and then go into high school?
It's 10 to 13.
10 to 13.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Awesome, hon. How long are the classes going to be?
An hour long.
An hour.
You'd be surprised. It goes by like super fast.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're going to be the one teaching it.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you excited?
Yes.
How excited are you? Come on, sell it to them.
I'm
You
so
wanna-
excited.
Like, you want them lining up at the doors out there, and then Taylor's gonna go, oh my God. Okay, we got a lot of people. Why should they be so excited?
I don't know why.
You know what? The words, you can't find the words. So we're gonna go over to Taylor. Why should one be so excited for it, honey, for her?
Because Hayla had found a space that
Yes.
has brought her light back, her confidence, and her courageous spirit that she's got. And now she's chosen to leave the door open for other people to come and experience that as well.
Right. Awesome, hon. That's so good. That really is. Now, are you going to just do the yoga, or are you going to go into the mediation room? Like, how does the program roll out? Is it different classes?
Yeah, so I've planned, so it's a 4-week kind of series.
Right.
So every week we'll do something new.
Oh, that's good. 'Cause
Yeah.
youth need a little bit of a change, a little change up. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So my main thing for this is I want to give the girls that are coming a place for where they can be themselves,
Nice.
and just in like a safe place to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this because we've got one more segment to bring you on. I'm going to ask you this because this is going to be an ongoing topic. What is it that you don't like about social media? Because you can put out something great now with what you're doing through social media, right? You can, because that's really a great platform. Everything has its goods and bads. But what is it that you didn't like about it? What is it that you?
I guess from what I've experienced, social
baby
media
girl.
can be very toxic. I think it's very fake. Like you look at like these like celebrities and like, oh, they have the perfect life,
Right.
but really it's all they want you to see
That's right, hon.
is them being perfect.
Beautiful. Now, would you do any advertising on social media? Like, would you do a little, interview? Like, you can put it through that page and it goes out to everybody. Will you be doing anything like that?
Well, definitely. I think it just does have some like good purposes, like
Yes.
advertisement and stuff like that. But there's a lot of hate and stuff on there, like unnecessary kind of
Right.
garbage.
Yeah. Do you believe there's hope for it, ladies? Do you believe there's hope for it? Is there
Yeah, I think if
Here.
we all try hard enough, we can
Yes. We can
make
do
it positive. But
Awesome, honey. What's your input before I let you go, Taylor?
On social media?
Yes. Real fast.
I think that from a business point of view, it's great because
Yes.
we've now have a place to support Hayla and her tween series and
Yes.
everything else that the yoga studio has to offer. So I think that from that point of view, it's actually quite positive. It opens doors to
Awesome.
people to find something that they love.
And it's unique.
And it's unique, yeah. But yes, I mean, in Hayla's experience, I can definitely see the mixed reviews.
The positive. Yes, honey. Well, listen, I commend you. I know you're coming back for segment 4. I commend you, pretty girl, for being the mentor and having an open ear, because that takes a lot of courage, and you appeared exactly when she wanted, because now look at the partnership and the business you're doing together, see? So that's awesome. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sweetheart. I know you're coming back, pretty girl. All right, all right. We'll be right back, guys. Okay? Keep watching. Welcome back to Future Prospects with Hayla Howat. We were off camera and we were talking about those shoes, those boots you have on, and I love them. Like, we got a picture of them, segue, put it in my postings later, but I love those boots. Who gave you those boots? Who?
my mom.
I love them. Like, guys, anyway, those boots are awesome. 3 segments, 1 at Go Yoga, 2 with your mentor, Taylor Copeland, was phenomenal. But now this is all about you, pretty girl. This is all about you. You are 13 years old, correct?
Yeah.
Right, okay, yes, try. Okay, all right, and you are the youngest yoga instructor in Canada. How does that make you feel? Give us a little bit of a walkthrough. Like, how long did the process take? Like the studying, like.
So I started my 200-hour yoga teacher training in January, and we
200 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. What year?
Last year.
Last year. Okay. 2019. Okay.
Yeah. And we graduated in April.
Of last year.
And yeah. And so.
Just thinking about it, you go, yeah. So what is a manual? Like, what did you have to do?
So we studied a whole bunch of different things.
Okie doke.
So like cueing, because when you're teaching a class, you have to speak, obviously. but-
Yeah. Which you did with me.
And we studied anatomy and all that, and then at the end we had to take a
Now,
big
back up for a
exam.
second. Why anatomy?
Because it's important to know people's bodies
Okay.
and like injuries. you
Okay.
kinda learned
I
about.
understand. Okay. All right.
Because that's really important.
Yes.
Because
Okay.
you don't want to hurt anybody.
True. That's true. You were very, very nice on camera when I was trying me to get up and I still had my ankle issues. You were very good. Awesome. Okay. Continue, sweetie.
Yeah, and so we had to study a whole bunch of things. We had to learn about the chakras, which is like energy
Wow.
cycles all in your body. So if you've ever seen a picture of somebody sitting and there's like red, orange, yellow, like circles up their like back,
Wow.
it's kind of like that. So we had to learn that. We had to memorize the names.
Wow.
And
On top of your schoolwork.
yeah.
Why do you say yeah? Was it a lot? No?
Well, I wasn't, because of the bullying, I wasn't going to school that much.
Okay. All right.
So it's kind of a bonus.
Yeah.
Got to focus on the yoga.
Yes. Good for you, hon. Was it intimidating in learning it? Like,
Yes.
How intimidating was it? Like, I commend any
It was
student. I really do.
the first day I nearly like died because there was like all adults, and my mom was there. She helped me like introduce myself because I was so nervous. She's like, "This is Hayla. She's doing the teacher training." At first, I'm like, "Oh, okay." And at first, when my mom asked if I could do it, Taylor and Shelly didn't know at first because I was just like, I'm just a kid, I guess. So.
Okay. And Shelly is a partner with Taylor.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Shelly owns
Go Yoga. Okay. All right. Just for the viewers. Okay.
Yeah. So then finally they said, you know what, she can try.
Wow.
So then I was like, yay.
Oh my gosh. So is it an actual certificate they give you?
Yeah. So I have the certificate and everything, and this big fat like book full of all this like information.
Now, was that the one that Taylor was putting together when we were there filming?
No, that was for a 300-hour yoga teacher training. I'm actually doing that one right now.
Wow.
So, yeah.
You got another book to do with 300 hours.
Yeah, and it's even fatter.
How fat is it? How
It's
fat?
like that big. Baby.
Oh, I will pray for you, girl. I swear to God, that is something else. All right. So, okay, what was I going to ask you? And I got so excited about it. So, where is this certificate in your house? Is it in your room frame?
Yep, it's up on the shelf.
Okay. So, how do you feel when you look at that?
I
yeah.
feel very proud of myself
Share how proud you
because,
feel.
you know, I was definitely going through a lot during that whole process.
Yes.
Lots of ups and downs. So it's when I look at that, it's kind of like a sign, like, oh, I made it.
Yes. Yes, honey. Does it drive you to succeed in other endeavors?
Yeah, it's just a reminder that like, no matter what, I can achieve whatever I put my mind to. Yeah.
Yeah. What is when you look at, okay, because now you're doing your tween class, tween yoga, right? By Hayla Howat. All right. Your own business at 13, what's that camera? 13 years old, the youngest in Canada. When you put it out there, how are you sharing it? Are you sharing it through social media? I think we've said that. But when someone calls you up now, I call you up, what would be your information to them? How would you share with them?
So I would just let them know that if someone wanted to ask about it, it's
Yes.
a 4-week series where we learn. Every week there's a new thing we learn about. So first day we'll learn like kind of the basics.
Okay.
A sun salutation.
Right.
That's like the foundation of
Okay.
yoga. And we'll learn some like balancing poses. And then 1 week we'll learn about meditation
Okay.
and that kind of thing.
Why is meditation so important?
Meditation is so important because every day there's never really a chance for us to just let our minds be still.
Yes. Yes.
And I think meditation is extremely hard, but
Why is it hard?
I think because you can't like to quiet your mind from like the thoughts.
So how do you quiet your mind from the thoughts? Like, okay, I got 300 hours to do that. I'm doing the show. So how do you do that?
So there's lots of different kinds of meditation. So one of my favorites is focusing on something.
Okay.
It's like a mantra.
Okay.
So that's like Om. That's
Okay.
a mantra. So you just repeat that like
Okay.
over and over and
Is it
over
a
in your
sound?
head. Yeah. So you just like Om, like in your head. You just
In your head, you don't say it out loud.
No, I mean you
Oh,
can, but
Okay.
when we do like meditation at the studio,
Right.
usually we just say it in our head.
Okay.
It also helps you focus if you're saying it in your head more, I think.
All right.
Or you focus on your breaths, like in, out, in, out, in, out.
Okay.
And that's like the best way.
All right.
But you're supposed to let your thoughts pass by like clouds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got that section, the first one you mentioned, which I forgot the name. And then you've got meditation. Okay, what's the next one? You've got 4 years.
Then we're gonna do a traditional vinyasa class. So that's kind of like, it's quite a popular type of yoga.
Okay.
That's our 200-hour yoga teacher training was mainly vinyasa focused.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So
When you say that, yeah, okay. All right.
yeah, so it's definitely one of my favorite kinds of yoga. Just
All
'cause
right. Are you excited about all of this?
I'm so excited.
Okay, how excited are you? Because I know you're telling me and I see it, but how excited are you, honey? Like, because there's so many young people out there that get stressed out, school, life in general, right? Just who they are, coming into their own identity. What you're actually introducing to them is another way out. Like, it's really, really cool.
I think sometimes people underestimate how stressed a kid can be,
Yes.
especially
Yes.
a kid my age. Yeah.
Share. Why is it that how do you, tell us, we know, the older generation, that we underestimate, the world underestimate 13-year-old. They look at you and go, you got it all together, man. Like, you know, you beautiful girl like you, rocking those boots, you know. What could make you feel so stressed? What are you stressed about?
Well, schoolwork,
Okay, true.
my job, I guess, but
Business.
yeah. I don't know, there's lots of things. Like, I guess not so much now. I used to care a lot about what other people think about me.
Okay, okay.
So I used to just kind of stuff like that. I used to worry a lot, struggle with anxiety, and yeah.
Like now you're a business owner giving back. Power girl. Okay, hold on, am I doing it wrong? Okay, so when you punch, why do you gotta do this?
I don't know, it's just
Okay.
fun.
It's fun. Okay, all right. I'm learning. Everything is fresh, good. All right. I'm learning all the different languages. So we have only got a minute and a half left. All right. What is it that you love about yourself? So when viewers, you said it before, but I want you to say it again because a lot of people don't like themselves. Right?
Yep, I definitely didn't like myself for a while, unfortunately. But you're you. You may as well embrace it.
Yes, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, when you look in the mirror and you see yourself, now you got your. What is it you see? What do you see when you look at yourself in the mirror? Nobody around.
Just like I don't know how to word it.
Just speak from here. Never goes wrong. Success, confidence.
Someone who made it.
Yes. Your own words. Someone who made it, who survived through everything that sometimes they don't feel like they can survive.
And you know, you always hear people say like, "Oh, it gets better," and I really did not believe that. I was like, as if, like I really thought like it's not gonna get better, but it really does. And I know like people say that all the time, and it's like, whatever, but it does.
Okay, honey, I love you. We're gonna promote the heck out of you. Okay? Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome, honey.
Giver of life, I'm Mother Earth, love.